Excuse me. Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? All right, 1 second. All right, I should be fine now. All right, good morning, everybody. I think I'm fine at least. All right. I don't have triple key ready, so I can't give you good clots on that. IWM though, holy crap. Higher open and continuation. That is just crazy. Good luck to anybody who actually paid attention to this PDF I posted the other week. I know I haven't been crazy active with streaming, but I've still been actively posting game plans, and IWM was one of the ones I posted as a potential swing trade just because it was down here. And if you go to Spy's been ripping. Go to Triple Q's been ripping. No, take your time, Jack. I hope you have fun with your shot, man. I mean, that's part of it, you know. Hold up, I have to close a Adobe Play real quick, and you're not allowed to see my account. Yeah, let's close it right there. 91, that's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. Alright, y'all can see my screen again now. Hold up, I have to alert that real quick. I thought that was going to be way worse. Alright. Let me post this real quick. Alright. YouTube stream, you have my undivided attention now. I had to take care of a couple things at the open, but we should be fine. Good morning, VC. Good to see you, man. Let's see what you all said in here. I want to get every message. Good morning, BB fam. Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Ace, Ryan, Kevin. I missed you too. Good morning, Maddie, Susan, Dr. J, John G. Good to see you. You're in Triple Q calls off the rip. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Good morning, Manny. Good morning, Bob Johnson. Hope you're doing good today too, man. I'm doing good. Peace, Misi. Good morning, Michael O. Good morning, Tobias. Good morning, Carter. Good morning, Mansion. Good morning, SF. Aloha. Good morning, Valdora. All right, I got everybody. All right, one more thing I need to look at real quick. There you go, Tobias. To be fair, this is at the next short-term supply from here. There's another one way up here. There's another one way over here. Oops. right, SPY a little awkward at the open, so higher open, which kind of expected. Nice little push up, push down. Looks like we have a potential bearish hammer forming, but no break under today's open. So let's, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's add a line here, and let's add a dotted line. We'll just make it yellow, I guess. As our current day open, which I think we could just... Yeah. So we'll leave CDO right there, stands for current day open. Very important pivot point level, one of the most important intraday pivot points, and it's something that you can look at because it, I mean, it literally happens every day. It has to. There's an opening price of every day. One of the strongest pivot points. Top of the morning to you, Jimmy's channel. Good to see you. Tobias, what are you trading? You trading SPX, I'm assuming? I'm gonna assume you're trading SPX or SPY. SPX same day, okay. I was just making sure because you were just saying in out, and I was like, what? What's he looking at? This one's gonna be awkward, but I swear this one's just gonna randomly go smack 135. I almost half bought 135 calls and just stopped looking at my screen just to be part of it, because it actually just feels like it's gonna be an ugly push by D-Dog, but it's probably gonna go smack that resistance and either become that lower high or double top even, or man, who knows, maybe they close over and push higher. But I like that chart a lot. It's also got some good EMA support under it. It's not just the price action that looks good. I hate Moderna, but this chart looks so damn good. It's really cool how old resistance is now becoming support, and they're using like a curl move. It's really obvious. It's a visual reversal. And then not just randomly going up, but going up and then forming a hammer here. You know, filling that gap, holding that support as a higher low. You know, this candle right here is probably the most important candle on this chart right now. So I would definitely pay attention to Moderna if you're someone who likes to look in this kind of realm of the stock market. I liked MPC if it drops under the support tier, which it already did all that, so it's not really fun. And it was literally within the first 10 minutes of the day, so it's not really feasible to be sitting here saying, oh, I should have been part of that move. Nah. The other day we caught over 240%. My friend Kevin got over 300% on this chart. This was, of course, Trump-related news, but we were swinging it based off of a lower high, just inside bar with multiple bearish candles. So you have a very indecisive candle here, and then you have a bearish candlestick at a resistance. So we take our risk on that. Big over the weekend swing. That was nice. Kind of waiting to eat more of this up. I just kind of want to see, like, what does it do really from here? Do we settle? Do we work back up, reject, work back lower? Do we build support, work back higher, and we never see the lows again? Another chart that's interesting to me before I go back to just looking at SPY, Triple Q, and all the ETFs we look at and all that good stuff is the ON chart. This is a semiconductor related chart and very interesting. This is the exact idea behind why I said IWM is a good watch on my PDF that I posted a couple weeks ago. It's because they were down in the dirt while the rest of the market is making new all-time highs. So IWM, very important, but that's the kind of same idea we're going here for. Go to NVIDIA. They've worked themselves up pretty well. They are rejecting, they are slowing down, so no forward momentum right now, but they have worked up to this part of the chart. So that's all we're talking about right now. If you look at AMD, they've also held their lows with a higher low, broken recent highs, made new highs. And you can see they're also struggling, slowing down, but they haven't really left anywhere yet either. And that is why I like the ON setup a lot. No, it hasn't broken out yet, but it is right there on the cusp of doing it. So just be very careful if you are going to be looking at this setup. But this is one of the ones that just isn't in the right spot, if that makes sense. It isn't in the right spot where it should be. No, this isn't the craziest of semiconductors, but it is one of the ones that should be moving up with this sector. You'll see SMCI is a little bit similar too. They're not really up at those highs. It's kind of like AMD, but it's not like ON where it's down here still. So ON's a cool setup. I like that MPC setup. I like D-Dog. I told you about FSLR. And I don't really have any other ideas yet. We'll go back through and we can talk about some swing setups maybe later. But I'm going to go back to SPY, intraday timeframes. Just for now. Right now the game plan is basically all relying on this yellow level right here. We should be bullish above it. We should be bearish below it. That's just in short for when we take our quick scalps. Right now, I kind of like the dip buys just because this is our second time holding this. But I'd really like to see this new high held. And then that would be a better sign that we want to try to work towards this. If not, and we end up failing under 562.87, we got to expect a little bit of a pullback. So those are the two scenarios in front of us right now on SPY. If you're an IWM trader, you're probably just seeing nothing but stars right now because it's just rallying its ass off again and again and again and again and again. But for anybody who might want to backtest that PDF, if you're a member, if you have a colored name on YouTube, you can go check it out. It's in the community section or the member section. If you are in the Discord chat, I think I posted that for premium and lifetime. So if you guys want to go check that out, please do backtest it. I'll probably post another one this upcoming weekend. I like making those on the weekend because I just have all the time to myself. So I just sit there and I just go through a bunch of charts. I try to figure out which ones are my favorites. So I'll try to post another one this upcoming weekend. Maybe I'll post this next one for everyone, not just the private people. But I still want to just show everybody what it looks like. Just looking for anything notable. All the solars are bouncing back short term, but that could just be for more death fall. FedEx is doing. How's Coin today? Coin has been kicking so much ass lately. Yeah, this chart was looking crazy on the weekend. I talked about this setup, but I would never have taken credit for this moving up because you wouldn't have had time from here to here. But it's crazy though. They end up just basically holding support multiple times, and a very historical support at that. I mean, this has been their high or low for forever, you know, since back here in February. But inside bar, higher open, gives them a chance to go rally to these highs. Now, what's crazy is that they didn't just rally to these highs. They rallied past these highs into the past resistance. They rallied over it. They closed over it. They even made a really good push, almost to 250. And now we have kind of the same thing happening here. It's like the opposite. You have this with an inside bar, and then you have a green to a red inside bar right now, which who knows if it'll end like that. But I don't think anything exciting is going to happen to Coin today, but we're definitely going to keep our eyes on that because that's probably going to start moving a lot more again. But yeah, the Trump news really gave the market a kick in the ass, that's for sure. Just in momentum terms, like now we're actually seeing some movement more. Whereas right before all that, it looked like we weren't going to go anywhere. FedEx, wow. Another one that was inside of that PDF we were just talking about. This one's making moves to the 312s right now. Again, just basic plan was just basically just watching this old supply that was holding us support. Nice hammer candle there to a higher open. New high made. Bulls are in complete control of the FedEx chart. Alright, back to SPY. We'll see what we can do here. What did I miss? Let me move my mic. Novavax had a nice movement a couple days ago, assuming Moderna might get some looks too. Oh, good looks, Kevin. Good morning, creator. Good to see you. Where's all the BB gang? Oh, where's all the likes, BB gang? Bob Johnson, welcome to the loyal supporter gang. Glad to have you. I haven't had to say this in forever, but this is what I normally do when someone signs up. If you go to the YouTube channel, you can click on membership. I'm not going to click on it right now because there's a link that I'm pretty sure is like completely visible that you're not allowed to see unless you're a member, so I'm not going to click it yet, but there's a link there and it'll take you to that PDF I'm talking about. But welcome. Be sure to go through that members tab. There's a lot of videos. I'm trying to pretty much upload like once a week to there because I'm trying to put good videos in there. This week we'll be covering about 3 different swing trades, 1 of which worked, 2 of which didn't. But it shows you why risk reward is so important. So that'll be this week's video. Yeah, SPY definitely struggling here. Let's go to the 1 minute real quick, just kind of get a zoomed in look on what's actually happening here. So they made their highs right here. I'm just kind of holding my cursor on it, if I can get it. There it is. Oh, there it is. Over here, a little more to the right. The second time they touched it, good rejection. Third time, good rejection. So definitely stuck in what looks like a, what, 13.75, yeah, 75-cent range right now. We're stuck between 75 cents right now. Remember, they're gonna keep buying the dip too, as long as that dotted yellow line holds. As awkward as it looks, they're gonna keep buying it up as long as that level is holding. Now, if they do break down, let's be smart about this. They're most likely going to go test 562.18. So now we know. Yeah, I was actually just about to talk about this, Dr. J. I'm really glad to see you active with your awareness of the market and what's moving and what's not. But guys, read what Dr. J just said. SPY's ranging. The triple Qs are down. Small caps are flying. You know, nothing's really moving in the same direction. You could almost say from a market point of view, the market itself is indecisive. It's okay to be looking at any of them and those are directional, but as a whole, the market is a little bit indecisive right now. I'd also like to look at, yeah, and the dollar is green right now, which not by a lot, it's not moving that much, so. But still, just kind of adds into that indecisive talk we're throwing out there right now. Which again, guys, isn't bad. You should be honestly very excited when you see dojis or just when you see indecision, period. You know, and I kind of always I say doji because that's like the pure that's the visual representation of indecision. But it's the greatest thing because like you might not like it, but dojis are the like pending signal. It's like, yo, wake up, something's happening after me. You know, so always pay attention to those and then move on from those. Whatever price action follows that doji or indecisiveness, follow that trend. It's not always going to be pretty. You're going to have to be patient, which is why I say it's so hard. Because I would say patience is definitely one of the hardest things to not master, but just, you know, day in, day out, take advantage of. Good morning, Mel. Good to see you. Good morning, Scott. Good to see you. Good morning, Maddie Clams. Not that good to see you. No, I'm kidding. It's great to see you, Maddie Clams. Close another 124. Good job, Tobias. And yeah, be sure to drop a like on today's stream, guys, if you are enjoying a little bit of the breakdowns. We're also going to cover the sectors here in a minute. I just really want to watch SPY for a bit. It looks like we are finally going to get that breakdown. Now, I am on the 1 minute, so we're also going to have to monitor the time. So every 5 minutes, we need to understand that every 5 minute candle is closing. So if we get a close here and it's not 9:05 yet, I have to understand there's a couple minutes of slippage where this could still fake out and close back over that dotted yellow line. So right now, we got 2 minutes and 8 seconds till this 5 minute candle closes. But right now, we're looking at the 1 minute. Good morning, Shaq. Good to see you. Do I use Webull by chance? I do not, but I have many people in my chat who use Webull, and they love Webull. So if you ever have any questions, you can go to the Discord, or even in here maybe. I'm sure some of them are in here. You can ask questions, or if you have something to say about it. But I have plenty of traders who use Webull. I don't mind Webull. I definitely like it a lot more than Robinhood. Even though I shouldn't be hating on Robinhood, because Robinhood has actually been doing some pretty crazy features on their app. And yeah, after that 1 minute candle closing at 9:02, we are pushing a little bit lower now, finally extending the 75-cent range. But let's see, like I said, if it's not 9:05, we have to understand there's a little bit of slippage there that can happen on that 5 minute candle. So we'll see in the next minute and 5 seconds if this is still under. Remember the level that we said too. We said if it does crack down, we're most likely going to this 562.18 and 561.97 area. So I'm going to remove that now, but we're going to one of those two fibs most likely. If this remains under on that 5 minute chart too, which we still have 45 seconds to see if that's still holding. Yeah, Webull is awesome. I don't personally use it, or currently use it. I used to use it a long time ago. Who remembers the days when Weebles didn't even have charts? That was when I used Weeble. They didn't even have a chart system yet. But I remember when that update came out, how much more popular Weeble got. And not even because of the charts, just they had other features come out too. And the 9:05 minute candle has closed. So if we go to that 5 minute, we'll see there is a candle that has actually closed onto this open now. So this gives a lot higher probability that the drop does continue. But you still got to keep in the back of your mind, if we end up, holding randomly, pushing back up, maybe a weight picks up. And when I say randomly, I don't actually mean randomly. I mean there's a weight picking up at the market. Something's doing something to make this go green. So if you do end up seeing us close over 562.87, this would invalidate how bearish you are until we see something else. Just because that really does kind of throw a chink in the chain. You don't want to just grab every first drop that happens. That's not really how that goes. Now, if it does just dump, awesome. I hope you guys are in that. But at the other end of it, just be aware, if this does end up closing over, they could full send this, and this is just liquidation to go up higher. So just be very careful of that scenario if it does happen. And honestly, you should be thinking about that every time you're in a trade. Regardless, you should have an out plan. What happens when you are wrong? This is something not a lot of traders like to talk about. You need to have that exit plan. I don't even really, you could say, okay, yeah, but I have a line as my stop loss. That's great, but that's still a plan. That's 80 times better than just saying, I just felt like cutting. It just didn't feel right. Don't trade off of your feelings. Damn, Nvidia, that's gotta hurt. And if you look at that daily time frame, which is exactly where these levels are coming from, the only thing we have on here is the fib from this high, and it's just because this is such a large move. I thought I'd have to draw that just because this had to have been a break of, just support to some extent, structure, as me and Leland like to say. It moves back up, closes back over, we get the bearish engulfing, and now they're just rejecting it and moving away from it. So basically just, in short, looking for breaks of that low, looking for breaks of this low, and they're breaking both of those lows now, which is crazy. So big red day happening on Nvidia, question mark. And of course that is hurting the semi sector just in general. If you look at this, AMD is down almost $5. SMCI down almost 32. So yeah, those are hurting. But what is holding this up to some extent? Banks. So we got Berkby there. Here's a healthcare. Okay, banks and healthcare. Banks, healthcare, energy. Okay, so just the combination. And if we look here, tech is actually the only thing that's weak right now. In terms of our top 5 sectors, you can see healthcare is absolutely killing it, which I always try to tell people just how important this is. If you've ever watched any of my sector videos or been a part of any of my sector breakdown streams, we always talk about how important this sector is because it's so slept on. Nobody looks at it. Nobody pays attention to it. Nobody cares about it. And I don't care about it. But I'll be honest with you, this chart itself is important. I don't care if you trade the weights that make up this chart. I don't care if you trade Eli Lilly, UNH, J&J. I don't care if you trade these. I don't. But you should track at least XLV because it is a hidden sector. It is a very important, very heavy sector. It is the second largest sector in the entire market. So please pay attention to it. When it rallies, it can basically take the grunt of the hit, I should say, from tech. Which again, why are we acting like tech is a god or something? It's because it is very strong. It's the heaviest part of the market. It's the most important part of the market. So of course we need to watch this. But when it's having big days, how do you cause the opposite price action to pop up on SPY? By having other weights not also following it. So this is a combined effort by other sectors to hold the market up while tech's trying to fall more. In short, that's just a quick summary of what's happening in today's market. Now, the question is, do we get this continued fall off? Does tech completely, stay in control of this drop? Does it slowly turn back up? And next thing you know, we're having the craziest of highs today. We don't know. But this is a really good way of navigating that while it's happening. If you ever want to be in real time with how SPY is going up or down, you need to be watching these top 5 sectors in that exact same manner. Good stuff, Mel. Levels go crazy. Good stuff, Carter. Excuse me. Can I draw a fib from the dotted line to the new low? It depends what time frame you're on. To be honest with you, I really wouldn't draw a fib here yet. You don't really have an established low yet. I was saying maybe on the 1 minute because you kind of have one here. But I mean, I'm just not going to sit here and watch minuscule fibs on the 1 minute. I'm just not my style. I like to grab fibs on the 5 minute, which I still don't see an established low yet. It might be this low. We don't know. We'll see after this candle's done or a couple candles are done. But no, I wouldn't draw it yet. It's still a doji on the hourly for triple Q. Are you joking me? No way. That's a little more of a seller candle now. But I will say this, it's still holding this support at 493.40, so technically the larger selling hasn't even happened yet on tech. I would say this is more of a pullback, more so than it is a actual breakdown of a support. So I will agree to that. Because yeah, that definitely hasn't broken like the level yet. But if you see this level break, caution. If you're somebody who's bullish on this, be very careful. It looks like tech is taking a big hit from the semis like we just got done talking about. But also not just the semis. You can see Apple is also, they're not killing it today like they were the other day. You can see Microsoft not really joining the fight at all. And this is kind of apparent if you go back to the daily. This has been apparent for the Microsoft chart. They've been slowing down. They've been, kind of struggling with making those new highs. Apple recently doesn't care. They've just been flying. And of course, you guys know about the semis just as well as anybody else in the market, as well as Tesla. You guys know about these. These have been pretty trendy the last couple weeks. But let's go back down to SPY on the... let me check the 5 minute, and then we'll go down to the 1 minute. Yeah, I want to wait more for that. Oh, you're on Starbucks. I was like, yeah, I was like, I've never seen Kevin get these patterns wrong. I was like, I don't think he means that. I was like, he has to be being lied to. There's no way. This is misinformation. No, you're good, Kevin. I'm just messing with you. I actually had Starbucks, which I don't know if you did or not either, but in that PDF, that was actually one of the 9 tickers I posted in there too, was Starbucks, because I just like the look of it. I've never really been a huge fan of trading like Nike and Starbucks, but I swear they have some of the cleanest price action. Like, it doesn't always play out or play out huge, but it does move very well. But I'm also looking at Starbucks too. I think this is a really good chart to be looking at position wise. If it ends up building a buy the dip setup right here, of course, then we're going to be bullish. But also, if we end up getting a crack of support, it's a very good spot for continuation down. So either way, it looks like we're getting a bigger move on Starbucks soon. I also like that chart though. It's very, very clean. Very, very nice. Oh, you're also using Heiken. Yeah, okay, yeah. I was about to be like, there's no way. But that's why. I don't know if I would use patterns the same way on that, the Heiken and Sheet counts, because they are calculated differently. I don't quite know. I've personally not backtested them, so I really can't be the judge of what looks good or what doesn't, in terms of Heiken. And I know when I used to use Heiken, following larger candles that followed each other with the same color, that would be my indication of trend. That was all I knew back then. But I know Heiken and Sheet candles are very powerful, and I never deter anyone from using them. But one thing I will say, though, guys, if you're going to follow a certain type of candlestick, like the monkey bars, or you're going to sit here and watch normal candlesticks like I am, or you want to go watch Heiken and Sheet, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. but don't switch back and forth. Try to stick to one and try to study one and stick with it and just become comfortable with it, really. Because again, there's nothing wrong with using that. SPX is rejecting today's open. Good call out by Leland. What's today's date? The 16th. God, SPX is another chart that just has like such clean price action. And yeah, still not seeing that established low. Whoever asked that, Bob, I think that was you. So I'm still not drawing that fib. Still don't see where I would draw it. Now it looks like you could draw it here, but I just don't see the point yet. You don't know this is an established low yet, just because we have a green. You could have said that on this candle, and you would have thought that, and you would have been wrong. So it's, you know, good to wait. But always draw your fibs if you're gonna do it how I'm doing it, like in my videos and stuff. Make sure you're doing that on the 5 minute. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like drawing those fibs on the 1 minute when they're like this, you know, like a minuscule fib. Like, I just don't see the point. Yes, that does work. Yes, you know, this would be your established low. Well, you don't know that though. This is where we were drawing it earlier, and you could see how it made a new low. You would have been wrong. So that's why I just don't find it as reliable as drawing it on like a bigger time frame. Even if you just go up to the 2 or 3 minute, it's probably more effective. I personally just don't like drawing fibs on the 1 minute. Unless it's some basic information, like if I'm on the 1 minute, I'm just doing the gap fib, that's fine, you know, that's something else. And guys, after the breakdown, 562.18 has hit. This was the intended target for anybody who was looking under today's open. For the initial, you know, target, this is where we said this is definitely going to go if it ends up cracking under today's open. And there it is. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream if you're enjoying some of the updates. I don't really want to call them call outs. For a continued pickup in momentum, guys, I want to either see a rejection of this level or a breakdown of 561.97. That would pick up momentum for sellers. Retake of today's open, this ruins all of the momentum to the downside that we're witnessing right now. So just so you all have a clear update. Good looks, Maddie. Good looks, Maddie. Before I move on, because I just want to question you guys a little bit, why was this the first target under today's open? Just so you don't think that's previous day high, because I know somebody will look at that and be like, well, that's previous day high, why wasn't that? It's not. Oh yeah, there's very high IV today. That's why I was looking at that SPX chain. I didn't even see the IV percentage, but I was just looking at how much they costed, and it was just like, wow. Which it could have been worse. I'm not saying it's like the highest IV I've ever seen, but it is a little higher than regular. The control point, the previous day control point. Wait, are y'all serious right now? Wait, guys, relook at the chart. Relook at the chart. Relook at the chart again. I'm gonna give you another chance. Why did we say this level? Wait, I'm gonna backtest that because I'm gonna actually laugh if y'all are still right on that. Hold up. That'd be funny if that was where the Alright, I stand corrected. You guys are right. Never mind. What are the chances those line up? What the hell? Yeah, I knew Leland would laugh. He knew that. He instantly saw what happened. I'm like, y'all are y'all serious? Like, y'all are stupid. That's not the previous day control point. And then I go draw it myself, and it's damn near to the cent. But the intended reason I was trying to get y'all to say was overnight gap, because again, we did get a little bit of a gap. I think it's a notable gap, so might as well mark it. And if you do get a breakdown of today's open, that is almost always going to be your intended target from a big seller point of view. A lot of the time, they're just going down here to liquidate towards this. Sometimes it can be to sell off for that day, but sometimes it could also mean just to make that fake low, and this is a calculated fake low, and bear with me. And when they make this fake low, this gives them liquidation. Now people are all bearish as hell, right? So when they close back over, it gives them good momentum into moving up higher again, because now they get to see the price jump, because everybody who is just sitting here bearish is now screwed. And that's why, of course, we are very, very keen on reminding everybody to get the hell out when that level's looking like it's about to explode. Because all we did today was open higher, trade to the right, move down because of semis, most likely part of the tech sector, really, as we saw from our sectors folder. But look, tech-wise, not looking as bad as it was earlier. It's picking back up now, and all of these are still holding or moving higher. So this should cause a green reaction on SPY, and we are getting one, so that makes sense. Now the question is, does this keep happening as we break over today's open? But good job, Susan, and who else said that? Who did I yell at? Susan and Ryan, good job typing the control point. Because yes, it looks like it was also the previous day control point. That's funny. Look at triple Q, 15-minute bounce, held 490. Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. Which I need to probably get this chart a little bit better prepared. I'm pretty bad about keeping my triple Q chart up to date, I'll be honest. It's just because I don't trade it, though. And there's no reason for it either. There's no reason to not trade triple Q. I just really don't trade it a whole lot. 50296. We'll draw this one, and that's it. Which, good job. Damn it, I keep mixing the Maddies up. Hold up, I gotta look real quick. It's the one in premium. Maddie Clams. This game plan you posted the other day, I was actually very proud of, not because of all the organization and stuff. You kept the 561.32 level there. As soon as I saw that number on your game plan, I was like, okay, he is in tune. Just because that was a very recent emerging candle that I feel like a lot of people aren't going to mark because they're not, you know, I don't pay attention all the time either. You know, we all see the new all-time highs are made, then a couple days go by and it's easy to forget. So, but good job having that on your chart the other day. Sorry, I'm like brain farting because I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to draw next. There we go. And then that would have been invalidated here because of that breakup. So now we're going to draw that one. Kind of just giving myself context of what the hell has happened here. So they made good lows. There's a good higher low. Wait, is this different from that day? Oh, it is. Alright, hold up. That changes everything. Okay, so this is actually huge. I'm glad I went to actually chart this in time. If they end up holding under this level right here, that's not good at all. Very, very good dodge. That could have been very bad if they closed under. This is actually where tech will continue to sell off if they close under. But right now it looks like they're giving a fight. Which we saw that just looking at this. Healthcare, banks, discretionary, all looking pretty good still. Comms definitely not looking as good as it did earlier. As you can see if we zoom in a little bit. They definitely were killing it going up to that previous day high area. Instantly rejected. Broke today's open. Which I'm not going to leave that mark, but that's the level we're looking at. And now they've made a new low and they're just still under that open. So looks like they're also deciding, do we want to reject away from today's open? Kind of in the same seat as SPY right now. Do they want to reject today's open and crack down into this level? I'm going to just clean this chart up a little bit, guys. I'm going to add this here. I will obviously remember what this is because it's in the middle of nowhere. But I just want to keep my chart clean. Alright, now, if you do want to draw that fib now, Bob Johnson, you could. You could go from here to here, and you need to be watching this area on the 1 minute, because you do actually have an established low now. There's multiple lows holding it. But also on the back end of it, Bob Johnson, remember that this isn't just for being more bearish. This is also for understanding when to understand that this could be more bullish. So it's also just an information getter. That's why I like these fibs so damn much, because it's not just about being bullish or bearish. It's also just about getting information. But you can see here too, I was telling you earlier, I try to dodge those minuscule fibs that I was telling you about. This would still be really close to one of those, because that's not really that big. It's not really much. But there is an established low here on the 5 minutes, so I'm pretty much forced to draw that. And we've gotten pretty much a full retest of today's open, so you really don't have to draw that. But if you really want to see down to the cent where the control is happening, you could still draw that. How's IWM doing? I want to look at something that's moving. They're slowing down as well, which we need to fix this chart later too. Oh, no I don't. Haha. Yo, Carter, good job, dude. 37% on IWM. Who said damn UNH? Rob Taylor, yeah. UNH is on drugs right now. They are just flying. This is parabolic. That's why I say, man, don't ever sleep on that healthcare sector. It's gonna have those weeks where it just kills it and you don't even notice. Because it's not, you know, Tesla, it's not Google, it's not Amazon, it's not Apple. It's not as exciting to look at as, you know, other parts of the market. Alright, we're going to chill here for a second. I need to just read chat for a bit. And welcome, all 50 of you. Glad to have you here. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream if you're enjoying some of the updates and breakdowns. Trying my best to be as non-biased as possible as we go through these updates. If you're looking for handout plays, please leave. We go over real trading in here. I'm not your normal internet impersonator. Need to lose, previous day control point spy. Good call up by Green. Good morning, Chuck. Good to see you, Chuck. And yeah, I missed you guys too. Make sure, guys, if you are someone who's like just looking for more action beyond just the live streams, that you are part of the Discord. You don't have to be a paying member to be in there and be interacting with people. Just letting you know that now. But I definitely urge any one of you who are looking to grow more, you know, just to engage more. Really, I would just say posting game plans. You know, if you want to take example, look at Matty Clams, look at Garden Trader. There's plenty of older posts in there too that are pinned to each of the channels you can review, just for good kind of just example. But yeah, I hope you see more of you in there, because I see plenty of people going in there and just doing what they want to do, and that's what I want. That's what I want in there. I want you guys to just go in there and have kind of your own routine going. If you only want to post one chart, that's cool. Only go post one chart. You don't have to post all day. Just happy to see people working together and just have a platform for people to learn from, really. Not just from Bueller himself, but from everybody as a whole. Because, you know, all of us are experiencing the system, the strategy, the different outcomes of it. What are the different entries? You know, there's so many these days. Which is funny, because, you know, the system itself was... It still is super simple, but it was even more simple back in the day, because it was literally just 2 types of entries. And now, because we've all grown with it, we've understood and found even more. That make sense, that are repeatable, that are consistent. The rules behind them are consistent. No problem, Bob. And I'll try to give you a breakdown when I see a better one. It's not going to happen every time, though. Every day we get a breakdown of today's open or structure. We're not going to get that midterm retest every time. We're not going to get that full retest every time. Sometimes we're just going to get a single candle retest. It's just going to fall. Or vice versa, rise, you know. Start rallying like crazy. But guys, this might be falling into that second scenario where I said they might just be going down to hit that fib and then closing back above the current day open, that yellow dotted line, because they wanted to create liquidation, right? If we gap up And this is just me being as short and simple as I can be about this. You shouldn't actually think about it like this, but all right, so we gapped up, right? More than not, people looking at this are going to be more bullish than bearish. I think all of us can agree on that, and they're right to be so, right? They're right to be bullish as we gapped up higher. What happens now if we crack back under today's open? Well, for us, that changes because we know current day open's very, very strong. We hit the fib, awesome. What happens when we close back above? Well, now we know that they've liquidated people who were bullish into being bearish, and now they're just kind of indecisive or sitting in puts or holding onto their calls randomly. But then it closes back above current day open, which this hasn't. I'm just giving you an example. But let's say it does close back over. Well, now they don't just have the power of people who are still bullish. Now they have the power of the people who are trapped as well. People who have to cut their position, or maybe they cut their position and they get into another play that goes up, right? So that just that's why we call it liquidation, because you're seeing just an exchange of movement there. But I really, really like those kind of plays a lot because they're very powerful and they make sense. That makes sense. For this to have popped under and ruin everybody's just basic ass bias because we gapped up, like, okay. It's not really a great reason to be super bullish. It is a good starting reason, but we need more to follow that to really be confident, right? And seeing this liquidation hitting the gap overnight fib and previous day control point, as you guys pointed out as well, also close over here at today's open, that would be more bullish than just this gap up. That would be a whole lot more. So if we do end up getting a close over this dotted line, guys, I would be a lot more bullish than what I was when this candle opened, this first one. And that's just based on the system. This isn't based on witchcraft or whatever. Oh, Adobe, I hate you so much. Like, I actually hate you, Adobe. D-Dog, nothing crazy yet. And good, I want to see FSLR go back up so we can short it again. I'm glad I'm out of that ON trade for now because it's just sitting to the right. And what was the other one? MPC. Which they were looking really good for a drop. They're retaking good levels. Still gonna need to watch that later on though. Alright, let's go to the 1 minute. Let's watch this in real time now. So now we're just gonna chill here. We don't need to really draw anything else. We're just kind of looking. I might add this dotted line here, but not change the color, just to kind of remind myself where previous day high is. Kind of can see where previous day low is as it sits in the overnight gap fib, so no real reason to touch that. But let's see. Pretty big green candle here in the 1 minute. Nice hammer to follow it 2 candles later. See if we get the close over or not. I'm really feeling like this is about to close over and go smack the high of day. But if we do get that rejection, we'll be focused on the lows right here at 562.10. And that right there is exactly why we talk about both bullish and bearish scenarios when we go over our game plans, because yes, you should have been bearish when this broke, but to what extent? And that's really why we talk about all that stuff in here, because everybody in today's world just says, are you bullish or bearish? You know, they don't really go on past that. There's more than that. You can't just be bullish or bearish, right? If this breaks, yes, I'm bearish, duh. But to what? The overnight gap fib, you know, whatever notable levels under it. What happens if that holds or breaks? Okay, then the next level. It's as simple as that. Just going to the next thing. But it's having your chart prepared in a way that you have all those important things on your chart. Hold up, I gotta let Faith in before she rainbow six doors my door open. Come on, you loud ass. All right. Man, that was crazy not having power for 4 days last week. I'll be honest with y'all. Cat moving, not sure if you guys talked about that. I personally did not talk about it, but I have been clicking on it in my own time. just because I know that a lot of the people in my chat love looking at cat. Which, yeah, that's just massive. Last few days on that one. And you can see, actually, this is funny. This is actually, you guys know what I just talked about on Spire, right? Give me a thumbs up or a show of hands or an emoji or whatever the hell we have here in YouTube chat that you understood what I was talking about here when we got the breakdown of this support. And if it gets that close over, that's a really good sign and a very strong move for bulls, right? We're all on the same page with that one. Before I move on, I want to make sure we understand, because the same concept is here on the cat daily chart. What happened? Oh. Yeah, no, I wasn't gone because I wanted to be gone. I was gone because I didn't have power thanks to the hurricane. And really, I'm not even blaming the hurricane. I blame Centerpoint. Centerpoint's lazy as hell. Yeah, I'm fine now. Yeah, and I hope anybody who might be affected is okay, because I definitely had it better than some people. Let's go. Love the updates. Miss playing CSGO. Glad everyone that's alright after the hurricane over there. German, I just now saw what you said. I saw CSGO written in there and I was like, huh? Yeah, center pointless, exactly. You know the memes. Alright, so before I move on, just so everybody sees, this is the exact same concept as what I was going over. Now, yes, they made it down to the target, but the same concept is right here, though. You know, they got back above a big resistance here, and by holding it and even gapping up the next day, you get larger days. Why is that? Because of that exact reason. They liquidated. They went down. Now we have a bunch of people who think it's going to just keep falling, and then it goes up, right? They even put in a bearish hammer right here. It looks like it's going to reject. Indecisive candle gap up. Gap up. Big bull day. It's because you have a mix of people who are bullish and people who are so bearish that they have to cut their position, and now it's helping the chart move up higher. And that's why I really like those plays, because they're so powerful, and you got to put your faith into the setup a little bit, and it really makes you test yourself. I love those so much. I say test of faith. My dog looks up at me like, what? Test of me? But that's why I love those plays so much, because they have meaning to them. There is an actual reason to why they work. There's a reason for why they move the way they do. Pretty cool inside bar there at the 5 minute on that low of the day, basically. Little green candle following it. A hold the next candle, and a couple green candles just slightly moving up after that. Still just stuck under current day open here on the SPY chart. If you look at the sectors here, main reason for that is, of course, tech was struggling earlier. And kind of in a different seat now. We're kind of in a seat where it's a little awkward for these other ones. Well, not healthcare. They don't care. They're just going to keep going up. But these other ones are sitting in a spot where they are moving up right now, but they just had a problem with holding certain things, like here on the comps chart. Today's open. They had problems holding that. Right now, they're still having a problem getting back over it, just like we see on the SPY chart. So that's identical to SPY right now. Same here for discretionary. They went under today's open and closed right back over it instantly, but really struggling to get a move away from that today's open, you know, to get any movement from it. Okay, banks are actually doing a lot better than I said, never mind. And then, of course, healthcare, you guys know those are kicking ass. So main reason we're moving up at all, or not falling through the floor harder, is because of banks and healthcare. Just in short, you can say that. Looks like we're finally getting a close over. I really was weighing on this scenario just because of those sectors. I'm not joking. Like, the fact that we didn't fall is impressive to me, and it's because of these other sectors. I really thought that was going to pull back more. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab some water. Please don't make any dumb trades while I'm gone. Alright, I'm back. There's no way you could have made a trade while I was gone. Alright. Now we're getting the close over. Well, give it 30 seconds. Alright, now, like I said earlier, if this closes over, I'm a lot more bullish than this candle. We've already talked about why. If you really want to know why, please just go back like literally 10 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes. He said, alright everyone, full port. Just kidding, he's back. I made dump trades while you were here. Oh, while I was here? Tobias said, I'll make dump trades while you're sitting here. I don't care. That's funny. Alright, let's see what Discord's saying, because I'm kind of abusing them right now. Miker said, apparently... Damn, Kevo, I just saw what you posted. Yo, at least you're being honest about it, though. I hate when I see people in chat doing the exact opposite. I've called out a few of them. Some people, man, they just get a big head. I don't know what it is. I actually find it hard to get that cocky. I don't know how people do that so much. I actually can't relate to those problems because I don't know why people do that. I can relate to like being scared of certain things. I can relate to, you know, being hesitant, you know, in some ways, but I don't know how people get cocky. I don't know if it's from winning too much, which I feel like it's a good thing. But it's a bad thing to have. You never want to be so cocky that you're willing to lie. You never want to do that. And you might be confused by that, but when you get cocky in trading, you start to just make up shit. I've seen people literally sit here and lie to my face and be like, no, bro, I'm not into trade, while I'm witnessing the chart flying and their inputs. And they're just lying because they don't want to like give out that representation of like, I'm bad at trading or I suck because I'm taking this loss. Like, bro, everybody loses. Like, if you don't take a loss, you're not a trader. You're probably like lying. But every trader loses. So it's okay to be open about you losing or being wrong. It's okay. You're gonna live. I promise. And that will make you 10 times a better trader because you're being honest with yourself. You're being openly comfortable with everybody. You're allowed to just tell everybody what's going on. Instantly, off the rip, no hesitant. Just because you're not sitting there lying and making up shit all the time. You're not like trying to look cool or look like something you're not. Damn, Leland. He said he took an L on puts, and he just doubled it with calls on the 90% entry back, which if anybody doesn't know what he's calling the 90% entry is that scenario I was just talking about with you guys where you close under and then back over. It's a very, very simple strat, but it really is that powerful. The idea behind it is that when a bear invalidates, the strongest of bulls arrive, and vice versa. And they smacked today's high. Again, if you go back in the stream, this is where I said would be their first target. Now your second step is to really see what happens after this. Do they get back over this? Do they close? Do they want to retest this and hold another high or low and then close over? Who knows? But we gotta take this step-by-step approach. God, I love water. Nicholas Lee. Round of applause. All right, so everybody hear this one out. All right, so I'll try to move my mouse with the talk. Entered calls when we broke and held over pre-market high, and he said, which was very close to current day open. So we'll just hold my cursor here. So he likes that push there, and then he said scaled out at the high of day. Why am I so excited about that, guys? Why does that get me so happy? It's not because he won. It's not even because of his entry, which good entry, by the way. It's because of your target, bro. I love your target. I love that you didn't just sit here and hold that position for no damn reason. We don't know that a new high is going to be made. I don't care that I just said that I'm stronger than, this candle over here. We don't know that a new high is going to be made. We never know when a new high or new low is going to be made. But what do we know? We know that if we close back over this level with a 90% entry, the current open, there's a very high probability that we make it to the high. Breaking it, that's just us guessing. You don't know that it's going to go break that. You have maybe a good feeling that it might, but you don't know that it is. Good job. Seriously, that was a really, really cool, just clean, simple breakdown by you. Mel said inputs risking the high. I like that. And it's a little risky because we're above today's open. And again, just kind of short-term rules. You should be bullish above this. You should be bearish below this. But I do like what you're going for. And you're risking the high. When he says risking H, he's risking. If it goes past this, he's wrong. But as long as he's under this, he's in. Good looks, Mel. Sticking to the plan, exactly. And even if the plan's a little off, that's something we can always work on. But at least have a plan. It can't really work on anything if you're just sitting here touching, random buttons and getting into random trades. Which I don't think a lot of you guys are doing that. I just like to throw that out there so we know that it exists. We don't want to sit here and pretend to be something we're not. Took 38% on a long, close sloppy though. Damn, Tobias, good job. Bought 25 more. In 60 more. But if it breaks 56, 54, I'm selling hard on. Bet. Stick to your plan. I like it. Makes sense. And real quick, so I don't bore myself, I'm just going to click around real quick so I can see what else is happening in the market. Moderna's going to randomly have like a 10% day soon. I don't know why I'm looking at the 5-minute when I go through these. I always do this. Costco, wow, that's got to be the most red candles I've seen on this chart in a minute. It's not even that bad yet. They haven't even broken support yet. Looks like this level right here is holding them up perfectly. Oh my god. It fell from 890 all the way to 846 in a single day. That's crazy. And it's funny because this could just be what I was talking about. They don't break support, hold it, move up higher. That'd be energy to move up more. If it doesn't break the new low, of course. ARM. Still need to clean that chart up, but just from our last trade, I just didn't. Carvana. I saw a few of you guys post that one because it was kind of a meme that it was moving up again. ON. Still trying to poke its head up above that area there. Very important if it does. Cat making it to that next area. Whoever mentioned Cat, good job. That one is on complete fire. I mean, that is crazy. But it kind of ties back into that 90% entry stuff we were talking about. The invalidation of a bear is the strongest for a bull. The invalidation of a bull is strongest for a bear. Alright, back to SPY. I know you guys are... SPX also hit that high just about. Damn, it's already almost 10? Time is flying today. I guess I'll stream a little bit longer today. But how is everyone in the stream so far? Definitely be sure to drop a like on today's stream if you haven't already. Appreciate you if you already have. But how is everybody? What are you guys looking at? What are you trading? Are you just sitting cash and looking at something? How's everyone feeling? How are you feeling? Do you feel scared today? Do you feel like you're rushing? Do you feel like you're just lost? Do you feel in tune and you're just nothing to tackle? How's everyone feeling? Good, making money trading Tesla. Awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. I love when I see a plan work. Ryan said chillin', good to see. Chillin' is always fine. Rushed in the beginning, got 2 quick wins, then 4 stops. I love Tobias, man. He's one of the most open traders in our chat. And he's super funny. Now the question is, does your wife find you as funny as we do? Or soon-to-be wife, or wife. I don't want to be wrong on that. Rushed. Oh wait, read that one already. Looking for new Hive Dan IWM. Damn it. Just be very careful, Carter. This thing, of course, has been ripping. But you do have some good consolidation here. I didn't draw any fibs, but let's just see what we got going here. So from that break of that supply to this here, because that's the first time they actually slowed down, they are holding a good bullish fib still. And you could see a little bit of structure. Also, if you just remove that. Honestly, if you just go to the meat down here, you can see there's definitely structure here at the 220.70s area. So that could also just be good to watch. So it's not bearish yet. It's still bullish, still very bullish. Just be careful that if this does break, to not give yourself that, loss, not give yourself that move. Definitely want to hold on to some of your gains. I know you're killing this chart. So keep yourself in the lesser of evil situation when you're looking at this. But you're looking good still. You're looking good. At least from how our levels look. Tobias said, finally finding my footing. Shut up. Vanessa said, feeling good today. Trying to make the transition to longer term swings. Happy to be in the stream, learning from you all. You'll definitely enjoy some of the upcoming uploads then, because I'm definitely more focused on swing trading right now in terms of what I've been posting in my chat. But in my Discord, I post everything. But I've definitely been more in tune with swinging. It's really fun. Took 69% on SPY at 6:52.42 at 7:23 a.m. and sold 5. Hold up, I gotta view this. I'm a visual guy. I gotta see it myself. Let's see here though. All right, Chuck said 69% of SPY. 652. 562.42. And sold at 563.49. So just under the highs of today. Bought in at 75, sold at 125. Damn, good trade. Damn, you really trusted what you were looking at. Good job. That's one of those trades. That's what I was just talking about too, like having faith in what your system tells you, and then just following it. Regardless of you being wrong or right, whatever, follow it. Good job trusting your own little process there. Good job. 69% is a lot, Chuck. Good job, for real. I made a joke that wait, what? I made a joke that my food was swollen last week and that I was about to die. It was swollen out of nothing, and she is a doctor. She all mad at me. Turns out I was about to die. Wait, what? Now it's some super heavy infection medication, feeling nauseous all day, every day. I'm fine, but almost spent the week at the hospital. Damn! Take care of yourself, Tobias. It's too early for you to go. I won't let you go yet. Probably gonna step away from the charts around 10 a.m. to continue bringing the swing binging the swing playlist. That content is gold. I'm glad you like it. That is definitely one of my favorite playlists, so I'm really happy that you like it. That's probably my favorite playlist on my entire channel, honestly. Just my swing trading stuff. And I'm not trying to sound cocky or I'm not trying to sound weird or anything, but I was one of the first people on YouTube who posted EMA strats and actually had a breakdown of what I was looking at. And that was before I even stumbled on Stephen Bigelow. He had been doing it longer, but we had the same exact system and I didn't know he existed. And it literally broke my mind. I was like, I was so in awe of oh my God, this genius does what I do. I mean, of course, he's probably doing it a lot better than I was, but
It was really, I don't know, it was really happy. It was a really cool moment. But that's why the swing trading stuff is my very favorite stuff, because it still uses the levels. It still uses that level of thinking, like, if this, then that, conditional formatting. But it adds those EMAs. It's just something different. But there's rules. There's an order to things, and that's always my favorite strategies. Is when a strategy has rules, and not just rules, but like I said, has like follow-up rules. Like, what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? Like, then you should react this way. You should react that way. There's always something you should do in certain scenarios. And there is always a better decision. And that's why I like that about those strategies, is that there is actually like conditional formatting set in them. I've been wrong since I started accounts. I've blown. Prove that. Late comment. Now you're good, German. Totally fine. Probably gonna oh wait, I already read that. Doing good, bud. Nice to hear, Adam. Another rejection at the high. Good call out, Mel. Oh, okay, cool. You're just chilling. Okay, good, Tobias. Well, I'm glad to have you here. Glad you're just chilling. No, I am not a genius. I am not a genius. But can SPX effing pump, please? Bro, I read that thinking it was someone like hating or like mad at something, and then I read it and it's him like screaming at the SPX chart. What is VIX at, Adam? Tell me. I'm honestly scared to look. Just tell me. 1303. Of course. Of course. What was our famous number again? What was Leland's? Or, I mean, it's not really Leland's. What was the joke? What was the number? I'm not chilling. Did not sell the high again. Waiting for a pop, and now I got effing stopped at even again. My broker is the only one making money today. Sheesh. Don't rush any more trades, Tobias. It's really good to kind of give yourself a breather in between. How many trades have you already taken? Like 6 now? It's a lot. Remember what I told you guys, emotional decisions. Every time you make a trade, every time you go outside and, drive your car to go get food, or, like a chore or something, like a destination, just anything. That is an emotional, that's a decision you're making in your head, And if you do that in trading, right, and you take more than 3 of those, you're going to be mentally exhausted at the end of today. He said 25 at least. Oh, 14. That's what the number was. 14. I knew it was close. Damn, so VIX is headed towards the magic number. Yeah, see, what they don't teach you is they scam you when VIX is at 14. Some people are crazy, bro. I don't know why people think that shit. Up 19% on total account again. Oh my god, Carter. Rock on, dude. Round of applause for Prop Street, everybody. He is one of our bigger IWM traders in chat, and he is killing it lately. Very happy for you, man. Not just because you're winning, but because I know you're behind that screen and you're putting in the work every week. You're going through the struggle, you're going through the pains. Good job, man. Also, I love that IWM's killing it while SPY is just in a range. That is why we go over both of them, because IWM is a beast. Tech had some really good movement this morning too. I'd say they're more in of a development phase now. Apple, Microsoft weak. Microsoft very weak, of course. Semiconductors still showing signs of weakness as they try to hold on to their low of day. Damn, Boeing, tell us how you really feel. I just realized what I was looking at.
God, what a good day. The only thing that could ruin this is if like someone like React showed up or something. Oh, what up, gang? Been listening in all morning at work. What's up, React? Good to see you, man. You were actually one of the first messages I read this morning. I went back into the premium chat and I was reviewing some of the posts. And I was looking at your... Actually, it's funny. We just mentioned it. IWM. I was looking at your IWM post. You had 78% out the other day and I was just reviewing it. I like seeing that too. I like when you guys are able to, you know, not really care about the ticker that you're trading. You're just focused on the setup, and if it excites you, you're in. If it gives you good confidence, you're in. Still seeing some struggle here against the highs on SPY. Trying to see if we can get another leg down on Meta. Oh, whoops. Oh, good looks. They are rejecting a pretty damn good level. Where is this? Okay. This is not emerging candles. This is a just good swing chart. But yeah, they are trying to break that base right here. Let me see. Let me draw the low of that base just to like have it. Just kind of use it as a combined area. Okay, so that is definitely where they're reacting to. Alright, well, looks like you're looking for 490s to crack to get that extra leg down. 490s area. Good signs right here, though, so far. I also like this initial move, too. This is its follow-up move, so it's definitely bearish. You're just looking for that continuation. UNH still moving up higher. Energy killing it after the lower open. Back to SPY. SPY still pulling back. I know some of you are happy about that. And I'm gonna chill on the 1 minute with all of our information from the daily and the 5 minute here. We'll just watch. Good double top rejection though, pulling back against today's high. Still above today's open though, so kind of stuck between two very important levels now. $484, 480 gap fillish. Okay. Good looks, React. Thank you for posting that. And good plan. Glad to just see you have something in front of you. And that's really all I'm looking for from you guys when I ask you stuff, when I ask you questions and everything. I'm not interrogating you, I promise. I'm really just trying to break down what are you trying to do. Meta short like in the... Oh, this is you. I was like, damn, did somebody else just post it right after you said that? But no, this is you. Ah, very clean. Okay. We look like we got about the same picture there. Yours is definitely a lot more... has a lot more information on it, though. Very nice. Good job. A lot of good updates by everybody in the trade floor Discord, too. My boy Kevo's updating here in Lifetime. Alright, I'll just get back to YouTube and see what you're all saying now.
After a touch of today's open, nothing but buyers ever since. Looks like we might even be possibly getting a close over today's highs, which could bring a good push up to that supply between 564.60 and 565. So about $1 to $1.50 move, which isn't even that bad. That's pretty good, actually. Especially since we have about a 60-cent hold over 563. Again, if they were to pull back under this, what is today's high at first, this could also bring back another pullback, and then we'll see if today's open gets broken or not. Just to kind of keep that bearish scenario out there as well in case anything pulls back. But right now it does look like bulls are trying their best here on the 1 minute and the 5 minute to try to push higher. But the first time, we saw 3 rejections before pulling back. Here we saw 1, 2. This could be the third. We'll be looking to see if this is the rejection or if this is where they're going to try to hold before launching again. Oh, there's crickets in the background music. That's actually great. Just move it forward. Pretend that didn't happen. I say something and then crickets started hitting. That's funny. Dollar and SPY are both up. Good call out by Sean, dude. Great call out. Adding into that indecision that we talked about earlier. And it's cool because it's not like, when you look at a doji and you're like, oh, that's indecision. Or if you look at like a chart, you're just like, this doesn't make any sense and that's indecision. Now it's cool looking at like sectors or multiple, indexes in the market and seeing, what are they all doing? If the dollar's moving up, SPY's moving up, tech's, moving down, IWM sideways, think things aren't going in the same direction. You can definitely say they're a little indecisive. Great call out, Sean. I love those. Those are the updates I'm looking for.